through 72 divided by 16. 16 ounces in a pound, right? 4.5. Yeah, okay. What did I say? I said 4.5. Check the tapes.
We'll check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
72 ounces of steak is what? 4. Such a good way to start a podcast. Hi, I'm Nimesh. That's Asif. This is Gucci Turban. We haven't been canceled just yet. Come on, Gucci. Sue us. Don't sue us. So this is a week that Eric Adams got indicted, but we'll talk about that later. I want to talk about my weekend because I did some. This past weekend, I went to my cousin's kid's first birthday this weekend, and they had a person come in, a clown come in, like a bubble clown.
Scary.
She was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was.
This is a
It's
nightmare,
2024,
man.
dude. It's 2024. It's 2024. Women can be clowns. And
Well, I guess so. I guess I never thought of it that way.
She had like a bubble machine, and she had some special smoke bubbles where I guess the soap itself that makes the bubbles is a little thicker, so it can contain soap, and like they float. And she started this game with the kids where she had them wear a glove, and they had to bounce the smoke balloons, and whoever could make the smoke balloons bounce the most won the game. And she had a bunch of girls, like 4 or 5 years old, come up and put the gloves on, and they started bouncing the balloons, and 3 of them bounced it like 4 or 5 times. That was the max number that they could bounce it before the balloon popped. And then my cousin was like, "Yo, let some of the boys try. Let some of the boys try. It's not fair that only the girls are getting to do it." And I was like, "Nah, bro, you can't have the guys do it. You can't have the boys do it." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "Just watch." One boy, 4 or 5 years old, puts a glove on, and the ball comes out, and he bounces it like 20 times. He flexes.
This is a story.
He flexes like crazy. He's just like answering his cell phone. He's bouncing the ball like balloon like nuts. And then he pops after like 20 tries, 20 bounces. And I told him, my cousin, I'm like, this is why the NBA makes more money than the WNBA. Okay? You're hurting these girls' feelings, man.
Listen, just to the women out there,
from a 1-year-old birthday party.
to the women out there, I don't agree. Okay, if Caitlin Clark was out there, y'all would see. You would see what's up.
Yo, she wasn't there.
Shout out. Yeah, she wasn't there. You didn't have the right people.
It was
out
Syra, Emma, and Rian. And Rian crushed that shit, dude.
It's 2024, guys.
Women can be clowns.
Well, a woman clown. I didn't even realize that clowns are a male-dominated industry. I had no idea.
She broke through the patriarchy only to set little girls back a few smoke bubbles. But maybe that was an inspiration for these kids.
Yeah, maybe your young nieces are now going to be like,
we can bounce.
Or like now they're going to feel the fire of competitive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it registered at all. I think us older people were just looking for something to find entertaining in the whole thing, because otherwise we were just a bunch of adults looking at a woman clown blow smoke bubbles for a bunch of kids. We're like, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I mean, I would have chatted up that lady clown and be like, yo, what's the clown farm like? You had to go to clown school?
She wasn't having it, dude. She was so by the book. She was telling the parents get their kids back from like, the tarp and stuff. She didn't want the liability of any like 2-year-olds just falling and banging their heads on the ground, slipping on soap and shit. It was pretty funny. I had a good time. Shout out to my cousin's first birthday party. You learn things in places you didn't think you were going to learn them. Okay, now we're going to ask Asif about a movie title, and we'll ask you what you think the movie's about, and then I will tell you what the movie's about.
Okay.
Okay. This is the number 2 or number 1 movie trending on Netflix right now. Rebel Ridge.
That sounds like it's about like it's either It's either like it's about World War One.
Okay.
It sounds like it's about like some battle at World War One that they had to like do some or it's about some cowboy.
You're in the right area in thinking that it's something to do with military or gunslingers. It's about police civil asset seizures.
It's about repo guys?
It's about cops that take, like pull people over and then take all their
Yeah, it's how the NYPD makes their money.
Right. Takes all their and then the people whose stuff gets stolen, they have to go on a legal journey to get their stuff back. And a lot of them can't afford to do so or won't do so or just can't do so because the money is illegal or whatever.
This is a documentary?
No, it's like a modern Rambo. It's fucking sick, dude.
First of all, the original Rambo is a great film, by the way.
Yeah, I don't remember watching it. I remember I've seen it a few times, but I watched it well before I should have been allowed to watch it. I watched it when I was like 11 years old.
That is a really deep movie about PTSD.
Yeah, in Vietnam.
That then as they made more installments, just became more 80s, but it was a serious movie when it started. About John Rambo returning home from Vietnam.
And being ignored by society.
Yeah, being ignored by society.
Yeah.
And then, having to take the law into his own hands.
Yeah. So in this movie, the main character, he's trying to bail out one of his cousins.
Okay.
Has a bunch of cash on him. Black guy. Riding through Alabama on a bike.
Okay.
Come on, bro. You can't be doing that. In a small town in Alabama. Gets his money taken. And then the whole movie is about his quest to get revenge. Sick movie. You should watch it. But what I did not like about it, and this spoiler alert, if you're gonna watch it, are you gonna watch it?
No.
Okay.
I stopped watching TV like a year ago, and my life has become so much better.
Yeah, I bet. What I don't like about it is that it's a revenge movie in which almost no one dies, which is clearly a very obvious choice because the bad guys in the movie are the police officers, and they go out of their way to make it that not all cops are bad, some are good, and
that's what this movie is about.
No, the movie is about the plot line of the movie involves this guy getting his money back.
Yeah,
and about small town corruption.
Sure.
And the forces at play in these small town places. But in the act of getting revenge, the guy never was a cop. He's ex-military, ex-Marines, the protagonist. And when given the opportunity to use lethal force, he uses sub-lethal force.
Batman, okay, got it.
Yes, Batman. But I found myself watching like, yo, just one of them.
Also Batman.
Yeah. Anyway, watch it. Rebel Ridge. Highly recommend it. Asif will not watch it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's also clearly a movie where 20 years ago it would have went to Will Smith. But it's some British guy who looks 45 but is actually like 30 years old.
Aaron Peer.
Yeah, that guy. Jamaican and what? Sierra Leonean descent. But yeah, I mean, civil asset forfeiture or whatever is a real problem in this country. And what bothered me in a good way about the movie is that the premise is so simple. What if cops stole your shit? And you
happens all the time.
Yeah, it happens all the time. And you had the means to go get it back. What would you do? Bang. Bang, bang. Rebel Ridge. Check it out. I'm not paid by Netflix to endorse their movies. I should be, but go watch that movie.
No, he shouldn't be because it didn't work. I'm not watching this.
Yeah, but you're not the use case. This is a brick wall. No Beatles, no Rebel Ridge. God.
There's stuff I like, guys. You know what I mean?
There's nothing. Only things that are bad vis-a-vis the New York Mets hat.
You know, I like baseball. I like sports.
You want to talk about the Knicks?
Oh yeah, I don't know much about the Knicks trade regarding Cat, but Randall's going to the Timberwolves, and they also lost Dante.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro.
All right, I'm gonna do some rage baiting because I am, even though I'm wearing a Mets hat, I am not a Knicks fan. I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan.
Shout out Lakers.
And there's the good reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
When my dad came to this country, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the best basketball player in the world.
Mm-hmm. He was Muslim.
He was Muslim, and he was preaching about.
Still is Muslim,
and he was preaching about it. So a lot of late '70s era immigrants really gravitated towards the Los Angeles Lakers. And then when Magic and Bird were going at it, that was a very whites versus coloreds thing.
of course.
So clearly they chose the Magic Johnson. And so I grew up as a Laker fan. And I bring this up because Randall was on the Lakers for a while. He was kind of mid. I know that's a hot take. People really like Randall. He also turned the Knicks franchise around. But in my opinion, as a casual, I don't think he would have taken the Knicks to a championship.
He kind of disappeared a few of the playoff games.
Injuries.
I mean, minus injuries.
But I don't think Karl Anthony Towns does that either. I think both fan bases are pretty upset about it. And it doesn't really make sense.
I don't like having lost Dante DiVincenzo.
He's good. Gritty.
Yeah, I mean, he's already got a championship with the Bucks. He can hit the three from wherever the fuck he wants. He's got New York swag. To a Cat Randall trade obviously wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Then he has sweetened the pot somehow. But
because I think
who's going to be the great white hope of New York? Who's going to be the great white hope of New York? The white people are feeling it for sure. I think the Italians are upset. The Bensonhurst boys, all whites, if you're watching, please leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know how you feel about Dante going over to old Somalia town,
Please don't.
Minnesota.
Please don't. Please.
Why?
Bro, I'm not trying to get the Italians going in the comment section.
Why not? What are they going to say?
Yeah.
Come to Jesus. Say, there's no Italians watching this.
Yeah, there are no Italians watching this.
Yeah.
If you are, comment.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's a very nothing trade, and both teams are worse off. Not worse off, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's just very weird.
Yeah, it's going to be. Well, I guess Mitchell's still. This is all Mitchell Robinson's fault.
Yeah, the Knicks have all their centers are hurt, and
they should have brought Dwight Howard back. Old Laker legend Dwight Howard.
Orlando Magic legend Dwight Howard.
Isn't he in China playing?
Taiwan? I think he might have
He's
been.
in Taiwan, or he was. And then he did Dancing with the Stars, I think.
Did he?
Yeah. He was good at it, apparently, which is pretty impressive for a guy 7 feet tall.
I mean, you got to have crazy footwork to be in the NBA. So, good for you, Dwight. Minus all the you think Dwight was at a Diddy party? It'd be hard.
What? We can't incriminate this man. I don't know.
Allegedly.
I'm not naming names for the Diddy parties, the freak-offs.
Apparently, the parties and the freak-offs were different things, according to these indictments and prosecutors. The parties were just the parties.
Did you see this, by the way? His lawyer coming out saying that he had 1,000 baby oil bottles.
Oh yeah. I mean, you gotta up pretty bad to have Costco come out and be like, "Nah, we checked our records. We don't sell thousands of baby oils. We only sell them packs of like 10."
No, they said they don't even sell baby oils.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You can't get baby oil at Costco?
That can't be right.
That cannot be right.
No.
You can definitely get baby oil. Now Costco just pulled baby oil from their shelves.
Yeah, that means they're definitely.
Yeah, they're in on it. This Costco CEO, was he a freak off?
Yeah,
I don't know.
He was, man.
I don't know.
Diddy's the one who convinced him to raise the price of hot dogs.
We got deals on dildos too.
Yeah.
Costco denies selling baby oil.
They got the CEO to talk about it.
It seems like on some credit card receipt, there would be evidence that he went to Costco and bought bulk baby oil.
I think it was like making the band, you know, when he would send his cronies out to just get stuff. And like every time
Cheesecakes.
they went out, he'd be like, just get 5 bottles of baby oil.
Right.
And then
But they're
it's
also,
over
like,
time, it just
large bottles, though.
stacked up.
Yeah,
you know?
baby oil doesn't expire. That shit just stays wet. Slippery as fuck constantly. God damn. All right. That's sorry, Dwight, to implicate you in the Diddy freak offs. I'm sure if you were there, everyone would know. A 7 foot tall NBA athlete.
Well, they got tapes anyway, so we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll
maybe.
find out soon. Last movie I want to talk about before we get to good old Eric Adams and then pop off and say goodbye. Will and Harper.
That I do want to. That I have heard of.
If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix.
Oh, it is.
Will Ferrell's
All right.
close friend from his days at SNL, formerly known as Andrew Steele, transitioned to become Harper Steele. I don't know at what age, in her 50s, I guess, 40s or 50s. And he gets an email from Harper saying, "Hey, I've transitioned. I just want to let you know you're an important person in my life. Like, this is what's going on with me." Will writes back to her, "Let's go on a road trip," because Harper loves going on road trips, has driven across the country like thousands of times, though thousands of miles, been to like mad small towns, goes get drunk and hangs out. And now she's concerned, will I ever be able to do that in the same way? Because I'm a trans woman and I don't know if I'll be able to revisit these. I'm concerned, given the climate in America for trans people, if I'll be able to, enjoy the things I love so much. So Will's like, let's go on a road trip and find out. And they go on this road trip. We're halfway through the movie right now. I'm at literally like 57.
This is a documentary.
It's a documentary.
Okay.
It's really well done. I mean, as road trip documentaries go, obviously it's Will Ferrell and an ex-SNL writer. But what's crazy about it is you see at least halfway through the things I see. They've gone to like Texas. Texas did not get received well. They did not get received.
Really?
Yeah, no. There's like, they pull up all these tweets. So before this, they go to DC, walk around. They go to Oklahoma. They go to Iowa. They go to Indiana. Iowa's where the Harper Steele's from. Meet with her sister and another trans activist. But then they go to Oklahoma, and you feel like it's going to be tense, because they got the Confederate flag in this bar. They got the Biden sign. They got Donald Trump propaganda everywhere. And she goes in by herself without Will Ferrell. And it feels like it's a little tense. Like people are looking at her a little strange, but they come around. And then Will Ferrell walks in, and everyone's like, "Oh, wow, they were so supportive." And then they go to Texas, and they go to this place where you can get a 72-ounce steak for free if you eat it within an hour.
Yeah, that's the King of the Hill. Shout out to King of the Hill.
Yeah, and Will Ferrell makes it almost like a spectacle. He wears like the Sherlock Holmes outfit, and they sit in like the middle of the restaurant. It's a big deal if anyone orders that.
Yeah.
Because 72 ounces of steak is 4 pounds of steak.
Yeah, you can't eat that.
You eat that shit in an hour, in a day, in a week maybe. And so, everyone's recording, and even the staff like taking pictures and stuff. And then they show the aftermath. It's just like all these awful tweets, like that creature who how dare Will do this? This is in California, all this kind of shit. And what I'm trying to get at is I'm watching this like, this is such this pales in comparison to what it would actually be if Will Ferrell and the cameras were not there. Like, you can't ignore cameras.
But, all right. My first reaction, I think it's 4.5 pounds, right? Check my math. 72 ounces of steak.
Divided by 16.
The second thing is that, like,
Just do 72 divided by 6.
when
By 16. 16 ounces in a pound, right? 4.5. Yeah, okay. What did I say?
4.
No, I said 4.5. Check the tapes.
We'll check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
Because 72 ounces of steak is what, 4 pounds of steak?
Yeah.
4 pounds of steak. Yeah.
Burn the tapes. No, but also like they go to this place, and I think for a lot of people, trans people, like you feel a certain type of, and this is definitely out there. I'm not diminishing it, but like when it's on Twitter though, Twitter's crazy. It's different when someone does it to your face. That's horrible.
Yeah,
it's horrible both kind of ways. But the cowards on Twitter, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that they did not. Normally, when people put up mean tweets and stuff, they like block out the avatar and they block out the name.
Yeah.
Not this production.
Good, those guys.
Yeah. Question is, I mean, it's a very funny documentary because it's Will Ferrell talking to his trans friend.
Sure.
And so there's no ill intention between and in any of the questions that he asks her, So he gets to ask her like, why Harper? Why the name Harper? What would your name be if you went trans? If you transitioned?
Are you allowed to ask me this question? I'm allowed to answer. I don't even know.
I don't know.
What are the rules?
Yeah.
See, these
Yeah,
are
why
questions
not?
that
Why not? You guys are friends.
I know, but I don't know what I feel like there's a lot of
There's-
a
I mean,
lot
there-
that goes into that.
There's definitely a lot of.
There's a lot that
Harper-
goes into it when you make that change,
Right.
and a name means a lot.
Yeah.
Clearly, I think that's probably what the scene in the movie is
Your new
about.
identity.
Where like, I haven't even thought about,
Harper's name, she chose it because her mom's favorite author was Harper Lee of To Kill a Mockingbird. And when she was iterating through names, when she came upon Harper, she said she felt like a warm sensation. I was like, that's what my name is. And I was thinking about not what my name would be if I were transitioning, but like if I've ever even thought about my name as a choice.
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
If
my name was
Will Ferrell, is like, I never wanted to be Will. I wanted to be Steve or Mike. I'm like, and my wife Amy asked me last night, like, did you ever think about not being Nimesh? I'm like,
I think about that all the time. I know
No.
exactly what my name would be.
what is that?
Kudus.
Goodness.
Kudus.
What does that
mean? Something?
It's a name.
What does it mean?
I don't know what the it means, but
Well,
if you see it in Bangladesh a lot, Kudus. There's an MTV guy, remember? Kudus. He said Kudus. Kudus.
That's his real name?
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce
Yeah,
it?
Kuddus. Kudus.
Look that up. I remember that guy.
Yeah, but it's such a hardcore. I mean, it's an Arabic name, but a lot of people in Bangladesh have the name, and I just
Arabic
love
origin.
that name.
Holy or sacred.
Yeah, I don't know why I with that name.
So Kudus was from MTV. The MTV VJ was
I mean, I think his parents just gave him an Arabic name because a lot of people don't know this. Most Muslims in America are black. People
Are
that
they?
don't know this fact, yeah.
I didn't know that at all. Kudus.
Yeah.
Felipe. Oh, he's got two. He's got one of those names that could be a name forward or backward. Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know. Maybe because his name was Kudus.
Can you-
Kudus. I remember seeing him on that TRL for the first time. I was like, how dare you, sir? You got to hit that D hard. Kudus.
Kudus. No, he's not gonna do that. Most Muslims in America are black.
I believe so, or they used to be.
Can we look that up? I can't be right. Dearborn, Michigan is not black.
Yeah, but that's like one town. There was a whole nation of Islam.
20%, it says.
All right. Well,
Oh, okay. So you were wildly incorrect.
maybe in the 70s when my parents came here. That's when all my data is from the 70s, by the way.
They mostly belong to the Sunni sect, but smaller Shia and Nation of Islam minorities also exist.
Muslims in America, this
Which
is?
reminds me, I had to finish the autobiography of Malcolm X.
It's a good book.
Oh, it's a fantastic book. I don't know how it ends yet. Don't tell me.
Well, I mean, he's still alive when it ends.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause
Alex Haley writes the epilogue. I've read it already. I got just rereading it. Okay, this is all I need to know. Good news, huh? Yeah, I've never thought about what my name would be if it was not Nimesh. Which, by the way, sidebar. there's so many people that tell me I pronounce my own name wrong that it bothers me.
Oh yeah.
It's actually Nimesh. It's not Nimesh, but like I know. But when I growing up, my mom would say Nimesh because she would usually just say my name in anger. And when it said angrily, it said Nimesh, get over here, not Nimesh. You want some dinner? It's fast. And so that's how I grew up hearing it. And I don't know if you clowns know anything about how language works, but what you hear is usually what you sound like. All right? So relax, Akash. Stop telling me how to say my name.
I don't know. We're opening up a can of worms here right now because a
Good.
lot of people, in a lot of
Good.
cultures do that,
What?
right? Like because you talk to like a Latin person, right? And sometimes they go, "No, my name is Encarnacion," and you got to say it like that.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
like,
like,
lady,
I'm
I'm
not
not gonna say that.
I'm not. It's more work.
Yeah, and like the sing-songy like in Spanish or in Hindi or in whatever, it's because those songs have rhythm. Those languages have rhythm. Nimesh goes with the rhythm,
Right.
But American English is like right
Staccato,
down
bang, bang.
Yeah, it's just right in the, especially from the Northeast, from Jersey, like it's just direct to the point. You know what I mean?
You know how much more time of my life I would have wasted correcting every teacher that didn't say Nimesh, just said Nimesh. Like, yeah, okay. I don't care enough.
Excuse me, it's Nimesh.
Yeah. And then I get B's and A minuses because Mrs. Canning was annoyed that I corrected her in front of everybody. Come on, bro.
I had a friend.
You hate your culture. That's what they're probably going to. I can predict the comments right now. I know what you're all going to say. Wow, you're so original and smart in your YouTube comments. Please tell me how to say it. Keep going, Hassan. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend in college and she was from Miami and her name was Laura. It was spelled Laura, Laura.
Laura.
Laura, and her last name was like Thompson. Not to listen, I'm not hating, but she wouldn't respond to you if you didn't say it Laura. And you had to and you just people like, yo, L. She's like, no. You have to say Laura.
Okay.
I'm like,
She's still single or?
no. Well, I don't know. Actually, that friendship lasted like maybe a week, and then I was like, "This is too much effort, lady.
Yeah,
I can't do this
do
anymore."
this shit, man. I get it.
Because people call me Asif, or I like Asif is how you say my name. People say Asif.
Right.
If you don't know me, I don't give a shit.
Right.
If you know me and you're just being an asshole, that's different.
Right.
But it's better than Asif, as if.
Yeah.
Sif. That's
Yeah.
fine too.
Just
Do what you got to do.
I guess you have to claim your victories against your microaggressions wherever you can. But if you see everything as a microaggression, then you're losing a much bigger battle.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at
I
work,
get it. I get it. You want to? It's not Vivek. It's Vivek. I get it. I know. I understand. It's not Viram. It's Viram. I know. It's Pratik, not Pratik. I get it. You got to pick your battles and win whenever you can, and that's the you want to make. Go for it.
yeah, your friends, your family, but the guy selling you a Honda, like, come on, man, let's
Yeah.
let it.
You have to assert yourself. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you win, commenters. I'm gonna spend an extra half a second of my life saying my name wherever I say it. Now.
Also, like Americans can't really say words good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Words good.
yeah, we can't really. Like I said, we have a very like staccato, like just like a neutral kind of thing, where when you introduce like more vowels or tildes and
Yeah,
shit.
if you want to throw an American off, put a little, what's that called? Not the tilde, but the squiggly one.
Yeah.
Above a letter. Fucking, they'll call a committee. Like, how do we pronounce this? I wonder how many elementary school PTA meetings were just hours deliberating how to pronounce some kid's name.
And they're also like long English words that Americans can't say. You know what I mean? Like anthropomorphism. That's the longest word I think I know. A lot of people will be like, nope.
Yeah.
So like,
Facetious.
give them a break. Yeah, give them a break.
Yeah. Facetious. I want to see people who tell me I pronounce my name wrong, pronounce facetious on the first try. Or esoteric. Go with that one.
Or it's an accent thing. Like you wouldn't tell somebody that comes over from India, like it's actually facetious and not
Right.
how you're saying it in your accent.
Right.
So it's like kind of like you got to be chill and you got to kind of understand. Pick your spots. People.
Pick your spots.
Pick your spots.
Anyway, thanks for the inspiration, YouTube commenters. Very much appreciate all.
YouTube commenters that are haters are always indoors anyway. They're not out in the streets.
Yeah, they ain't in the
having
streets.
their name being pronounced by anybody. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
It's true.
yeah.
You know, you're at your Click Farm job,
Right.
just clicking for some like brand for Head and Shoulders. Click, 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 click. And then you are on your break and you go on YouTube and then you say hateful
Yeah, see two
him
brown
to
guy-
mostly to him.
Yeah, see two brown guys just
Yeah, just
trying to have fun. And
and then you go back to work and then I don't know what you do after work, but you know, like
get drunk, complain about how women don't like you.
yeah, or you know, maybe some other.
Mhm.
So just guys,
Just chill, man.
just chill.
Yeah.
You know, there's more stuff to worry about in the world.
Find some God.
Climate change.
That's never going to get addressed.
All right, I tried.
Man, there's so much I want to talk about. This, have you seen this?
No,
This is, people are like inhaling nitrous.
just smoke, weed, guys.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, what happened to man?
Just smoke some L,
Yeah,
and you smoke so much you go to sleep and you forget your problems.
right.
You don't need to do this. I already know. Just don't do this.
They're doing nitrous.
Yeah.
It's a trend on TikTok. Apparently, kids are doing nitrous whippets.
Yeah, that was when you couldn't find back in the day. You'd find
Can
that-
of Cool Whip or
Yeah.
whipped cream and tilt the
and then you just
nozzle.
get a
Wait,
headache.
let's not tell people how to do it.
Yeah,
right. Sorry, I never done them. Gas seems crazy. Just anything they give you at a doctor's office, that has to be like administered by someone who's trained to do it. You shouldn't just be doing recreationally. Nitrous oxide is the same gas they used in Switzerland in that unalive
Oh,
pod.
yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And then this company, Galaxy Gas, like they're selling this like flavored whipped cream cartridges. And it's like, oh, we didn't know kids would misconstrue them. Look at this. They might as well have Joe Camel on the canister. Look at that. That's not made for children. What adult is buying that?
What is that supposed to be though? It's whipped cream,
It's a
Galaxy. Yeah.
canister.
Like, what's the actual use of it?
I don't know. Food and beverage additive. It's supposed to flavor whipped cream, I think.
That is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and they quote the CEO or like their PR person. Oh, we didn't know it was being misused this way. Get the out of here, bro. Look, deeply concerned about the recent news reports and social media posts of individuals illegally misusing our products. Bro, you designed it to look like candy. Look at the canister. Look at that.
Kids just smoke.
Yeah, just smoke drugs.
You know? Just you get tired, maybe get hungry.
Kanye's dentist gave it to him?
Oh yeah.
There was a whole thing like last month came out that he's addicted to nitrous.
Yeah, someone in his camp keeps leaking his texts,
Yeah.
which is very bizarre.
When you're addicted to nitrous, all your texts just ha 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 ha.
No, I think it was just like I just need more. Like, he was just like I want more of it. Like that's it. That was
We
those were
need
his
more
texts.
Nas.
We need more Nas, and I'm like, all right, man. Like,
I bet Nas, not nitrous oxide and the gas that they use to get high are different, right? Or is it the same? Is
Might
the same
be the
shit
same.
that was in Fast and Furious the same as this?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it's gas.
That's crazy. What man?
It's just different uses.
It's
of it.
really lost its marketing steps, dude. Like, how are these other crazy things taken?
I remember I saw a Vice documentary about how kids in Chechnya will like huff like industrial like chemicals.
Yeah, they're in Chechnya.
Yeah, because they're in Chechnya, bro. If you're in New York, like find the guy that's wearing Supreme head to toe on your corner,
Right.
and just buy some.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, speaking of canisters in illegal shops, this is a nice transition to our main story. Eric Adams, New York City is corrupt once again. Shout out Eric Adams. The first mayor of New York City to get indicted on criminal charges since New York became the 5 boroughs that it is. There was one other mayor who was like one of the OG mayors, Oakley or whatever his name was, in the 1800s. But now Eric Adams indicted. You know how corrupt you have to be indicted in New York?
Well, it's
Or
not a
Blade.
shock.
Uh-huh.
It's
No,
not a
of
shock
course
to me
not.
because Eric Adams is the 2 most dangerous adjectives in America.
What is that?
Number 1, cop. Number 2, idiot. Okay, an idiot cop is way more scary to me than homicidal maniac.
Right.
Right? Because I got hands. I'll deal with the maniac, but an idiot cop, you can do nothing. You're dead.
Right.
They're gonna shoot you. They're gonna take your like this Rebel Ridge film because the NYPD loves doing that.
Yeah.
The NYPD makes a ton of money on seizures. So immediately I knew when this guy was running for office because there was all this shit that he did. Right, he was in a bunch of scandals before.
Oh yeah, I mean he's
he
an
even got to
ex-police
office.
captain, the New York State Senate. He was a Brooklyn Borough president, which is apparently just like a fake thing, like a ceremonial role. But now he's taking money from Turkey. Erdogan, right? That's the name.
It's Adrian, I think, is the name.
it's
I don't know why I'm showing this man respect.
Please tell us how to pronounce a dictator's name.
Actually,
Yeah, actually, he's not a dictator. He's just been president for 20 years.
no, that guy's a fascist.
Oh
and a
yeah,
half.
100%.
But yeah, he bribed Adams to help them open up a building across from the UN. Maybe because Turkey's not allowed in the UN anymore, which I don't even know.
No, I
if
think they
that's-
just are they not in the UN?
they're in the UN.
Oh, I think
the
no,
UN
they,
will take anybody.
They wanted to. The UN will take anybody.
Yeah, they'll take anybody. Dictator goes up there and he's like, "My ethnic cleansings are good," and they're all like clapping. And
Yes, please don't close down your ports. We need access to the sea.
they go to eat a dinner across the street.
Right.
Bags of
Yeah, it's funny. I wonder when like everyone that's a peer roasts everybody else when they're together, right? Like
not the UN.
I'm just saying it's got to be hilarious when like dictators get together and rub elbows, like the kind of that they're saying to each other. Like I remember when you kept all those Somalians oppressed. It's got to happen all the time.
No, they're all soft, bro. All these guys, they see each other and it's like a big circle jerk.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
There's
I
no
don't-
real people that become heads of state.
No, I'm not saying they're real. I'm just saying they probably laugh about all the evil shit they're getting away with all the time.
There've been some leaks,
Yeah.
like audio leaks that you can hear. from
What,
time
them
to
just
time.
like happy about it while
Anyway.
they're at Diddy's freak off?
Anyway, Eric Adams, Turkey, okayed the building. Okay, like made sure that the building opened up in time for some kind of ceremony.
Yeah.
And pressured the FD and the fire department, and then the notoriously unimpeachable New York City Fire Department to open a building before it went to code. And in exchange for that, he got 100 G's
Cheap.
worth of. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna sell out like 7 figures at least, he just took flights to Turkey.
Yeah, we got the Clarence Thomas thing too, where he got wined and dined and shit.
But you could do that anyway. There's no.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
There's no restaurant in New York City that the mayor, maybe before this, that the mayor could not walk into and be like, can I have a table? At the very least, a day or two in advance.
Probably.
No, 100%, dude. Bro, like if you have like 300,000 Instagram followers, you could message most restaurants and be like, hey, you think I could get a table soon?
I mean, knowing him, he was probably, if you said no, he'd just send health inspectors like on an hourly basis.
exactly.
Well, that's what he was doing mostly. Like he
Yeah.
wasn't communicating with the Turkey people themselves. There was a spokesperson.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
for it.
bro, his cronies are so bad. Eric Adams' cronies.
Yeah, guys, use at least use WhatsApp. You.
They
idiots.
did.
Oh, they did.
But they said like, hey, can you make the ticket price higher? We can't take them for free. Come on, we have to look like we're not taking bribes. They said that like, effectively on paper. But in exchange for the bribes and stuff, minus the building being opened up, he had to not acknowledge the Armenian
ethnic.
G side. We can't say it.
Yeah, for the algorithm, we can't say
the G word.
Shouts to you, Armenian people. We're sympathetic towards your cause, but
but Eric Adams is not, and all he took in exchange for it was some medium well salmon. Piece of shit, dude. I don't like. What I found very funny was that when he came out to give his first press conference after the indictments were announced, he came out with like all these civil rights leaders and activists, and then someone in the crowd is like, "This is not a black thing."
Oh yeah,
this is not a black thing. Stop making it a black thing, which is fucking perfect. You know, if I get indicted for some shit and I come out with Indian luminaries like Mindy Kaling and the ghost of Mahatma Gandhi, I did some shit, dude. I did some shit. And I'm like, this is my one time I can have a community rally behind me. And they fucking shat on him. And it's, if the city were not facing the problems that it is facing right now, if the city was flourishing, if like the trains ran on time and I wasn't afraid every time I went into the train station, Eric Adams could take all the money he wanted from any illegal person. I wouldn't give a fuck. The city,
I don't know.
Eric Adams said it best. He's like, this is how everyone does this. It's effectively how the world operates. It's just hidden behind all these shells and other handshakes. There's no good politician. It's just the city is trash right now.
I mean, I'm not going to defend any politician because I don't actually have any evidence that there are good politicians.
There we go.
But, I mean...
Except AOC. She's cool.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
We don't know. The freak-off tapes are not out. We don't know.
Oh, you're okay implicating Dwight, but not AOC.
Listen, politicians, man, listen, I don't know. I think you already get wined and dined as a powerful person. Right? That's just part of it. And like, I think some of these guys take it too far, but Eric Adams is the most lights are on, but nobody's home face I've ever seen in my life. That guy's got nothing going on up there. He is just moving through life just on instinct alone. There's nothing else going on.
People are going to be mad. Okay. But this kind of brainless activity is what happens when you go vegan. Okay. Eric Adams is vegan. Is he vegan or vegetarian?
I would have said, I thought you said the cop part because that.
Well, no, I mean, he's a police captain of plant-based diet. Okay.
He's not really a vegan.
No, I mean,
this guy lies about everything.
Yeah, no, he's like, yeah, sometimes you eat fish.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Chicken will slip in there, maybe a squab.
Every now and then, Eric Adams responds to allegedly eating meat as, why do we have to say allegedly? It's not a crime.
Who cares?
He ate meat. One of my favorite things that we receive in the comments is people being mad that I don't know something and not doing like a full-on deep dive on.
Yeah, that's what John Oliver's for.
Yeah, it's like last week. Like, so I'm saying this because I didn't know he was not vegan. I knew he only ate like leaves and but the occasional egg. But last week when we talked about Bollywood and how I didn't know RRR, whatever, was like a Telugu or Tamil film.
Yeah, but it's Arthur corrected us.
Yeah, so, some guy in the comments like, I lost a lot of respect for Nimesh. Because he did not know this was Tamil or whatever the it is. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. This isn't, I don't have a bunch of Peabody winners doing research behind this desk over here. We put this together like a day and a half before we come on these sofas.
Yeah, this is like you're on your way. You're either on the toilet right now,
right,
or you're on your way to somewhere,
yeah,
where you listen to podcasts, or you're at a click farm job apparently, and you're on your 15-minute break,
right.
And so you get what you get.
Yeah, my bad.
Keep supporting it, and we could hire some of these
researchers. We'll have a live fact checker tell us all the dumb
a
shit that we've done.
Good point to, I think, switch to Patreon too. There you can talk about a few more things.
Oh yeah,
because we're at like an hour 11. currently.
I mean, yeah. If you want to follow us on, we'll keep the length of this. Is fine.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's still some topics I think you should talk about.
Oh, yeah,
here.
let's
So
keep
we can
going
talk another like 15 minutes.
Well, I don't want to talk. Lena Khan. Go watch Hassan's interview with her. Lena Khan is.
Lena Khan did an interview with Hassan?
Yeah. Lena Khan, if you don't know, is the FTC chair?
FTC chair.
FTC chair.
She's a hawk.
Most like Indian woman out there right now.
Nah, she got finessed by Microsoft though.
Did she?
Oh yeah.
Okay. We'll talk about that on the Patreon, about the finessing. I didn't know about this. Also, back to Eric Adams. I didn't know this, but his mad people have resigned because of Eric Adams.
Yeah.
His police commissioner, his school chancellor, his
police commissioner too.
Yeah,
that shocks me,
the
man.
commissioner resigned, right? Go back up.
That's his people.
The commissioner resigned. A school chancellor resigned. His own legal counsel resigned, and the deputy chief health administrator of New York City, the health czar of New York City, Indian guy, shout out Dr. Ashwin Vasan, also resigned. The first three were somehow implicated in the corruption because they all resigned after their cell phones got seized. I think his counsel resigned because she's like, I can't do this. You're clearly out of your mind. She probably saw the indictment earlier, all the materials that the prosecution had, and it's like, you put bribery on paper. Get the out of here. Yeah, there we go.
21 people just.
The commissioner seems like he's resigning.
He's retiring.
Retiring, sorry.
Now's any time to do it. Get your fat pension. Being a cop is a good job.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You could steal. And
no,
get
but
away
even
with
if
it.
you don't steal, like you just like, there are a lot of Bengali guys that I grew up with who became cops, which I find to be pretty funny.
Stockholm syndrome.
They don't even think of it that way. They just like, I just get paid. You could be like a C student and you still get paid a 6-figure check, and then you get like 70% of it as a pension and Social Security for the rest of your life. Like, you just got to pick up a couple homeless guys every now and then. Candy Crush score to the moon. You're just chilling.
Tangent. This reminds me of this cop interaction I saw this weekend in Tribeca. These two cops were talking to what looked to be either a homeless person or like near homeless or whatever, and he's like drunk against the wall, and he's like to the cops, he's like, "You," and the cops like, "Come on, man," and he's like, "Oh, wait, are you arresting me?" They're like, "No." He's like, "Well, you then." It made me so happy. Just that, not the overall societal implications of that interaction, but rather just the minutia of it. But what was I getting at? What was I getting at? Being a cop. Oh, I think it was under Adams' administration that the cops, the NYPD, has had to pay out the most amount of money for all the other kind of stuff that they should not have done, and that just comes from New York City taxpayer dollars, money that should be going to the train is instead going to people who got their asses beat when they shouldn't have gotten their asses beat. Thank you, Eric Adams, for giving us trash cans. Never trust a flashy mayor.
Don't trust a cop.
Yeah.
Like,
who was he up against? Who
I
did
don't
he
even
run
know,
against?
man. New York's mayoral races are always weird. De Blasio before it.
Yeah.
They're always weird. And then like before that was Bloomberg, but he just paid his way into it. And then Giuliani, I mean, like, it's weird. Like New York has all these, like, it's like a political machine and you can't really break in. Look, Staten Island's always red, of course.
Oh man.
Curtis Silva.
This guy, he was part of
I seen this guy on the train.
it was the Guardian Angels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's not going to beat that guy.
Yeah, because like the Democrats did ranked choice voting, And so the Democrat that had the most backing and money basically won. That's how all politics is.
We're going to end on, this is me announcing I'm running for mayor. Andrew Cuomo, vote for Nimesh Patel.
Dude, Andrew Cuomo would be a great mayor. Then we have a mayor with a nipple ring and that's.
It's Andrew Cuomo that's running, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
He had a nipple ring?
Yeah.
Sick. He's in his feelings. I mean, he'd be more corrupt than the other guy.
They're all corrupt.
They're all corrupt.
They're all corrupt.
Okay, time to switch to Patreon.
Yep.
Shall we talk? This is our inaugural Patreon episode, or one of them early on. Well, we'll be talking about